Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to yet another pick a card reading. In today's reading, I'm going to be finding out what your first date with your future spouse is going to be like, and what you might experience, what you guys might do, how you're gonna feel after your first date, and any other juicy detail that wants to come through, honestly. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you to today's groups for you to choose from. We have group number one with this perfume called Darjeeling Dew. It's got like a pink liquid inside it, and this smells like a floral, like this has like a floral scent to it, and it smells kind of like roses. I actually really love this scent, even though I'm not the biggest fan of floral smelling perfumes. For group number two, we have Beach Walk, which is this beautiful aqua blue perfume, and this has an aquatic scent to it. It smells very clean, very fresh. It kind of smells like, a beach vacation. And for group number three, we have Tanjo Twilight. Now, this has a woody scent to it. It smells a bit, musky, masculine, like a really sensual nighttime perfume. And it's got this like yellow, like a pastel yellow colored tint to it. And yeah, that is group number three's option to choose from. Now you can take as much time as you need. You can pause this video if you'd like to pick either one or multiple of these groups by either looking at the color, looking at the names, looking at the sense, the way that I've described them, or the cards down here. You can pick either one or multiple of these groups. And once you have made your decision, you will find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comments. And I will see you all in your reading. Hi, group one, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this Darjeeling Dew pink floral smelling perfume. So let's find out what your first date with your future spouse is going to be like. Let's keep it here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so first up, we have number 12, Connect with Fire. We have number 16, Make an Altar. Okay, and we also have Chivalry here. All right. Oh, okay. So something that I'm seeing here is, and they're all multiples of three, right? Like, no, 16 isn't a multiple of three. Never mind. I thought they were. But anyway, since I've gotten that message, I will talk about that a little bit as well. Now, threes are a number of, the Holy Trinity, divine intervention. So I feel like something about this connection is going to feel very divinely orchestrated to you. Like, you're going to feel like there is a sense of serendipity that you even met in the first place. And, it was like a chance encounter, and like what were the chances that someone like you would meet someone like them, and that you would go out on a date, and that this date would even be possible. So it almost feels like a fever dream. It almost feels like there is divine intervention as far as this connection is concerned. You might also feel like this is a person who you've been praying for or manifesting while you're on this date, and as you get to know each other, I feel like that's a feeling that you might experience with them. um it almost feels like, God or the universe or a higher power has granted you a wish, and that's how you're going to be feeling when you're on this date. um you guys might also talk about like faith or religion or beliefs. Like something might happen on this date that just makes you believe in not just divine timing, but like in a higher power, or just strengthens your belief in that, right? It almost feels like, suppose, if you have been wondering how you're going to know if the person you're gonna date or you're gonna be on a date with is the person for you or not. So maybe you basically have asked the universe for a sign, or you have prayed for a sign from God that when you go on a date, you would like to see maybe a particular type of bird or a particular type of animal or a certain color even. And maybe this person is going to tell you that they have a pet, that animal, okay, or that you're going to be on this date and suddenly you're going to see that animal around or that bird around, or they might show up in an outfit of the color that you were asking for as a sign, right? So that's what it feels like here. um in terms of what they're like, considering we have the chivalry card here, I feel like this is like a very gentleman, gentlewoman, like noblewoman kind of energy that I'm picking up from them. They are very chivalrous, they're going to open doors, they're going to show up on time, they're going to come and pick you up, they're going to bring you flowers, they're going to put in effort into what they look like on this date. So they will clean up well. They're gonna probably pay for this date as well. They're gonna plan it, and yeah, so this is like a very chivalrous gentleman that you're going on a date with, okay, like someone with etiquette, someone with good manners, someone who's polite. Okay, so this person might you know be a bit old school, or traditional, even maybe a bit conservative. So I feel like maybe at the end of the date they're going to drop you home, and they're not going to expect you to call them inside your house, or like that's not something like um they're not going to rush into like the physical on the first date, is what I'm picking up from them. I think they are a very chivalrous gentleman, okay. Yeah, and I mean, the perfume that you picked also smells like roses, and this man is holding a bouquet of roses here. So yeah, they definitely could be bringing you roses. So they might be a bit old school that way. Like, even if you don't like roses, they might just feel like roses are a bit of a safe option, and they would much rather show up with some flowers instead of showing up with no flowers. So they might bring you roses and they might say, "Oh, I got you roses, I hope you like them, but like, what's your favorite flower, so I can remember on the next date." Yeah, this is someone who's probably a good listener. Like, any little detail that you tell them about yourself on this date, this person is going to remember it for the next time they meet you. Or this is just someone who will remember the little things about you, like, you might have said something to them on the first date and they might remember it, even 10 years into you guys dating. Or they might remember that little thing about you, you know even when you guys are like getting married, and like they might mention it in their vows or something. So yeah, that's the kind of energy I'm picking up from them. In terms of what you might be doing, I feel like you might be going to like a very sacred, almost holy place. Okay, so this might be a place that has some sort of religious significance. Like, there might be a famous temple or a church or a mosque around this place, or the city that you're in probably is famous for some sort of like has some sort of religious significance. Or you might be meeting in a place that is just very significant to this person. Okay, like, this might be a very sacred place to this person, like they bring only very special people to this place. Okay, so even if this is like a restaurant or a cafe, this is one of their favorite spots. This is one of like their places that they go to when they're feeling sad or they're feeling low. It's gonna be one of that kind of a place, something that's sacred, something that's holy, something that holds a lot of importance in this person's life. Okay, that is something that I'm picking up on. um you guys might also, like, if you are religious, you might be stopping by a religious place before you go on this date. Or you might be meeting on a day that has religious significance. Okay, that is also something that I'm picking up on. Like, you know how sometimes, like, around religions there are, like, around religious events there are community programs or something. So you might be going on a date to, like, say a Christmas market, or some sort of Diwali carnival or something of that sort. Yeah. Yeah, where there's like a religious significance on that day, or there's something related to, like, religion, or some sort of festival, some sort of event. Yeah, okay, so that is a possibility as well for you guys. With Connect with Fire, I feel like there could be a bonfire that night, so you might either be meeting um during, like, the colder months. Okay, your first date could be happening during winter time, autumn time, when the months are a bit cold, where the weather is a bit cold. Um or there could be a bonfire lit, or you could be meeting at a time where, like, you're probably meeting at, like, golden hour, and you get to watch the sunset, because this is like an outdoor um date, so you might be able to spot the sunset, or you might meet while it's still daylight, but by the time you end the date it might be nighttime. Yeah, so at the time of dusk is when this date could be taking place. At the time of sunset this date could be taking place. That is something that I'm picking up for you guys. Let's get your tarot cards now. So we have the Four of Swords, we have the Moon, and we have the Fool. Ooh, okay. So with these cards, I kind of wanted to know how you would be feeling on this date, or, like, before the date, during the date, and after the date, is what I my intentions were when I was drawing out these cards. So I feel like before this date, you might feel a little bit relaxed. Okay, so you might like, maybe you're not really looking forward to this date. Like, if they cancel on you, you wouldn't feel bad, is your energy. Maybe this is a day where you're not feeling super energetic, and you almost wish that the plan would get cancelled. But even if you have to go, like, you'll still get up and go, but you feel like maybe your energy is not really high enough for, like, how there's that joke with introverts that, like, when they're making plans they have a different energy, and then when they have to go out, it's just like a girl combing her hair and crying, like she's getting ready to go out but she's crying. Um so yeah, that might be the energy that you're in. Not to say that you'll be crying before going on the date, but, like, yeah, maybe, energetically you just feel like you don't want to, or maybe, um you're not feeling up to it. Maybe your energy levels are low. Maybe, if you're a woman and we have the Moon here, maybe, like, you're maybe you have your period or something, so you kind of want to stay at home and you don't really want to step out, but then you're like, you know what, it's fine, it's okay, let me just go. So I feel like before the date your energy is going to be like, oh, even if they cancel on me, it doesn't matter. So I don't think it's like you like getting ready on time and, like, looking at your clock and, like, waiting for this to happen or something of that sort. I think you're in a very relaxed mood. You're just like, okay, if they show up I'll go, if they don't then it's fine, if they cancel it's fine. That might be your energy before this date starts, in the sense that maybe you don't have very, very high hopes from this date even. Yeah, or maybe you're just not feeling your best self, because when you're going on a first date you want to feel your best, because you have to put your best foot forward, right? So yeah, maybe you're just not up for that in the moment. But while you're on the date, I feel like you're going to be really grateful that you did get to step out, because this is going to be a very relaxed date, especially since this is right next to the chivalry card. I feel like this person is going to be very mindful. and I feel like I can't say mindful anymore without saying very demure, very cutesy. Is it just me? Okay, hopefully this trend will pass soon. But yeah, they're going to be very mindful about how you're feeling. So they want to do whatever you're comfortable with. They're going to be checking in on you. They'll be like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to go here? Sure. What do you want to do? um do you want to just walk around? Do you want to sit? What do you want to eat? They're gonna be asking you a lot of questions. So even though they have planned this date, they will still be checking in on you to make sure that you're down for those plans, right? So that is something that I'm picking up on, and I think that is going to bring you a lot of peace and a lot of calm, and it's going to make you feel really safe and secure with this person. It almost feels like you will be able to be vulnerable with this person and be like, hey, I'm not really feeling that up for a walk. Can we just sit and like drink something for a while? Or, oh, can we just like, walk around for like a while? Yeah, like I feel like you'll be very comfortable letting them know how you're feeling. You'll be very comfortable having a conversation with them. This conversation could get a little bit intense in the sense that you might open up to this person, but not in a scary way. This person just makes you feel so safe and secured and heard that you don't mind opening up to them. So you are a little less guarded than you normally are on dates, okay? Because just this person and their energy, it's just making you feel very safe and protected, and they seem like a solid, nice person that you can open up to, that feels safe enough to open up to. So I feel like during the date you are really going to be enjoying this date, and you'll be getting to know each other, but at the same time you'll also be able to enjoy the surroundings, and like you won't be overstimulated on this date, so yeah, you're just gonna feel very at ease on this date. Like you can be yourself. You don't have to like go out of your way to impress them or anything of that sort, is what I'm picking up here. Post the date with the Fool card, I feel like you will see potential in this date. Post your first date, I feel like you will be looking forward to date number 2, or you will at least feel like yes, you would want to date this person, or that you can see potential. Like this person um seems like someone you could not only date but also maybe someday even marry, which you will, considering this is your first date with your future spouse. So yeah, at the end of the date, I think you are going to be dreaming about a future. You are going to be maybe fantasizing about them. You're gonna be looking forward to getting to know them a lot more, and also you'll be looking forward to going on more dates with them and getting to know them better. And you're gonna feel a bit little bit smitten and giggly, and yeah, it's just like those butterflies in your stomach. It's like when you come home from a good date and you're just like squealing and kicking your feet in excitement. Like that's the energy that I'm picking up for you guys. Post your first date, group number 1. So I think on that note, I'm going to end your reading right here. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Claim this chivalrous man or woman in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, guys. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this beach walk perfume with this blue um, color and this like aquatic, fresh, clean vacation scent. So let's begin with your reading and let's find out what your first date with your future spouse is going to be like, with your cards right here. So, first up, we have movement number 36. Then we have sing with number 45, as well as self respect. Ooh, okay. Okay, so something that I'm picking up immediately for you guys, group number two, is that this date that you are going on, this with this person from the get go, respects your boundaries. Okay, they have their own boundaries and they respect yours as well. With movement and sing, what I can see is that you might be going on a date where there's movement and singing involved. So, you might be going dancing or singing, like a karaoke night, or like, to a nightclub, or like to a dance class or something of that sort. And here they are really going to respect you. Like they'll show you that they respect you. They'll show you that they respect your boundaries, so they won't make you do something you're uncomfortable doing. In the sense, they're not going to force you to sing if you don't want to. They're not going to force you to dance if you don't want to. If this is a dance class, they are going to take permission to hold you, to touch you before they actually do. If this is a place where maybe drinking is involved, I feel like they'll probably, like, when you say you're done with drinking or you don't drink, I don't think they're going to be forcing you to do that. And also, like, if you guys do get carried away and have a couple of drinks, I think this person is going to be very respectful of your boundaries. I don't think this person is like taking advantage of you, or like, taking advantage of the fact that maybe you've had a little too much to drink. They won't behave in a disrespectful way and then blame it on the alcohol either, is what I'm seeing. So, this person is someone whom they'd really treat their body like a temple, and they also believe every body is a temple, and they're very respectful, not just towards their own bodies but also of those of others. So yeah, to begin with, I think this is going to be a very respectful, safe date, even though I feel like you will be having a lot of fun and you really will be letting loose. Okay, because there's singing and there's dancing, and yeah, they are going to be, like, it's going to be a fun time where you get to just be children, is something that I'm picking up on. Okay, so like you might just be bringing out your like best or the worst dance moves without any judgment. You might be singing horribly, or like you might be singing the wrong lyrics, and you might just like laugh at that. And it's just yeah, it's like a judgment free zone. Okay, this date basically. Something else that I'm picking with movement is that you guys might also like go from one place to another. Like you might start the date in one place, and then you might go to another place, and then you might go to another place, and see where like the night takes you or the day takes you, I guess. With movement, I'm also picking up on the fact that you might be going to maybe like um a, a movement class. Okay, so like either the gym, or like you might be going to like do yoga together or something of that sort. So I feel like this could be a date that starts off as you doing something maybe serious, or something that requires some sort of discipline, but then it slowly turns into fun. Okay, is what I'm picking up on here. Yeah. um this person might be a really good singer or a really good dancer, and that might really impress you. Or you feel like you don't normally sing or dance with just anyone, but with this person you feel safe enough to do it, or you feel like it can be fun, or you feel like, okay, even if they hear my bad singing or they see my bad dance moves, they're not gonna judge me, they're not gonna laugh at me, they're not gonna think I'm lesser than them. Yeah, so I feel like there's no fear of judgment here, and there's no criticism here either. Okay, on this date, is what I'm picking up on. Yeah. Okay, let's get your tarot cards now, and let's see what you might be feeling on this date. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Okay, so when I was shuffling these cards for you guys, my intention was to find out how you will be feeling before the date begins, during this date, and after the date. Okay, So I feel like before this date with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to think that this person is really helpful and they can help you come out of your comfort zone, or they can help you in some sort of way. Maybe you know something about this person before you go on a date with them, and you know you feel like they bring to the table something that they can help you out with. Okay, so that is something that I'm picking up on here. I feel like before this date begins, you feel like this person can help you in some way, which is why you have probably agreed to go on a date with them or meet them. And this was the energy that I was picking up on, right? Like, it begins with something serious, something that requires discipline, something that requires a little bit more of a sit down serious talk where you maybe establish boundaries, and then it turns into fun. So you know, this could be like a business meeting that turns into just a fun hanging out date. Or you know, this could be like a client of yours, or you could be their client, and then you know they ask you out on a date or something of that sort. Or you know, this is a friend who you feel like you've been put in touch with through another friend or someone else, in the way that you know, oh, you should go meet this person, they might be able to help you. So you know, you fix up a meeting with them, and then you talk about the serious stuff, and they're like, okay, enough serious talk now, let's loosen up, let's go have some fun now. So that is the kind of energy that I'm picking up on. So before the date, I feel like you're going into this date thinking that this person can really help you. They have something that you want and they can help you without any like ulterior motives, without them feeling like they are more superior to you. It might just start off as a favor, or you know, you just getting information about something, or you just seeing if they can help you out in some way. And then it might, you know, turn into something else. Okay, it might turn into a date. So I feel like initially you're starting off as just meeting someone who's able to help you, and someone who you feel like you can trust to ask for their help, because you know, you feel like either you've heard good things about them, or you've heard that they're good at their job, or you've heard that they are very helpful and generous, and that they don't expect much in return, or they don't expect anything in return, they're just helping you out of the goodness of their heart. um yeah, that is something that I'm picking up on during this date. I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles, you might realize that this person is very abundant. Now the obvious sign here is generational wealth. So you might find out that this person is very well to do, and that you know, they come from a very wealthy family, or that they have like an abundance. Okay, so maybe they have like a family business, or you know, they come from a family where everyone's very well to do, very famous, very rich, very well connected. Or you know, they might just come across as someone who's very wealthy, like you know, they are just abundant in more ways than one. Because the 10 of Pentacles is like an abundance card, but then that abundance is in every aspect of their life. Okay, so not only do they have money, but they have good health, they have good relationships with people around them, you know, they have loving supportive connections around them. You know, it seems like this person has everything. That is what the 10 of Pentacles signifies, right, in tarot. So um this person could come across as someone who has everything. Okay, they are very well to do, they have everything, they live a very comfortable, abundant, even luxurious life for some of you guys. So yeah, you might realize that during the date, in the sense that maybe they're taking you to expensive places, or as you get to know them, you'll figure out that you know, they have expensive taste, or they have exquisite taste, or you know, that they're dressed um in a manner that exudes wealth and exudes abundance. Okay, so this might look like old money, this might look like new money, but yeah, it just feels like they're a very classy, abundant person. Yeah, that is what I'm picking up on. I feel like you'll also realize that they have really good family values. Okay, so this is someone that values family, and you know, having a family someday is probably important to them, and they hold their own family members in a high regard, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this is someone who'll probably take a lot of interest in getting to know your family as well. They'll have a good relationship with your parents, they'll be respectful towards them, they'll be playful towards your younger siblings. Yeah, that is the energy that I'm picking up on from them. And I feel like that's what you're going to realize during the date as well. And after this date is over with the Two of Wands, what I can see is that you might feel like there's a lot of potential here. Okay, so you're going to probably be weighing out your options. Okay, at the end of this date, maybe this person is already going to ask you out on a second date before the first date ends. Like maybe they're gonna ask you, so when are we going to meet again, or when are we going to do this again? So I feel like you'll know what their intentions are in terms of dating you on the first date itself, and it almost feels like the ball is in your court at the end of the first date. So you get to decide whether you want to continue going on a date with them or not. You get to decide whether you want to stick with this person in like a very strict professional manner, in the sense that they're helping you, no strings attached, or do you want to date them. Okay, you get to decide. You get to weigh out the pros and cons. You get to figure out how you feel about this person and how they could fit into your life, how you fit into their life. You're um yeah, you're just like really thinking about the future here and what that might look like in a very practical manner. Okay, is something that you are going to be feeling like post your first date with them. What I can also see is that maybe on the first date itself, you guys plan on taking a trip somewhere. So that is something that you might have to decide upon, whether you want to go on this trip with this person or not. Like they might tell you, like you might be talking about a particular place, and they might say, oh, I'm actually going there next week, why don't you come along with me? So that is something that you're going to have to decide post the first date. So I feel like there will be some decisions that you need to take, some decisions that you need to think about, some choices that you need to think about and figure out how you feel about those choices post the first date. So there's like a feeling here that your head and your heart and your intuition are involved in making these decisions. So your these three things, your head, your heart, and your intuition, will be working overtime post this first date, because yeah, there's a lot that you have to figure out, and there's a lot that you have to I mean, there are some choices that you have to make, and you don't have maybe all the time in the world to make those choices. You kind of have to be a little bit quick. Okay, you don't have to make this decision impulsively and immediately, but you do have to think about it. So yeah, I feel like you have a lot of thinking to do at the end of the first date. This person is going to make you think a lot. This person is going to probably make you want to Google them, because them or their family or their business, you're probably going to come home and like check out their Instagram, or you're gonna Google them, you're gonna like read articles about them, because like um I know a lot of people have like this ground rule where they don't Google, or they don't check the social media of the person they're going on a first date with, because yeah, then it feels like you already know this person, and then what's the point of going on a date with them? So maybe you have that rule as well. So when you come back, you want to check up on them and be like, "Ooh, let's see what the internet thinks about them," or like, let's see what they are like on social media, right? So yeah, maybe you'll be comparing notes like, oh, okay, this person on social media seems a particular way, were they like this even on the date? So those are things that you are probably going to be thinking about. Yes, 15:15 on my timestamp. So yeah, I feel like you are gonna somehow feel like the options that are in front of you are both equally good. Okay, so it might be a difficult decision to make because both these options work out well for you, and you just want to make sure that you're making the best decision. Okay. So in the sense that, do you want to just take their help and then that's it, or did you just go on this date for the sake of going on a date and enjoying it and that's it, and are you better off as friends, or do you want to go on another date with them, and do you want to, get to know them better and potentially even marry them? Which, I mean, spoiler alert, you're watching a first date with your future spouse, so I guess you will be marrying them. But yeah, both these options seem like solid options, but then you have to make a decision, right? So that's how it's going to feel for you guys, group number two. So on that note, I think I'm going to end your reading right here. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this reading. Claim this person in the comments below if you'd like to, claim this date below if you'd like to in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi, Group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Tanjore Twilight perfume, which is this yellow perfume which has woody, sensual, musky date night scent to it. So, let's find out what your first date with your future spouse is going to be like. First up, here we have Ground Yourself, and we have Sweet Treat. Then we also have Commitment. Ooh, okay. Okay. Um, hmm. I mean, immediately something that I'm picking up on for you guys is that I think you're set up on this date by people who think that both of you are really good for each other, that you guys will get married to each other. So you might be set up in a way that you are meeting someone to get married to them, so an arranged marriage situation, or you're being set up by parents that just feel like if these two get along they can get married, and I feel like they will get married. Okay, so like you might be set up by two people that really know you, and they feel like you guys together will do really well. So I feel like there is this level of expectation that maybe people around you have, um, that both of you are going to end up being committed to each other, or end up being really good for each other, or that you will end up getting married to each other, right? So that is something that I'm picking up for you guys. This could also be someone who very willingly has come to meet you, and you have also gone very willingly to meet them, because you feel like the things that you have heard about each other sound really good and sound like something that you would want in your future, which is why you're like, okay, let me find out more about this person. So I feel like you're kind of excited to go on this date, or even you feel like, okay, I've heard only good things about them, so I have high expectations from this person. So you go into this date already having a very high expectation from this person and from this date, and you're hoping to have your expectations met, and it almost feels like you kind of believe that this person is going to meet your expectations because you've heard such good things about you. And I feel like they also feel the same way, because like these two swans, they're mirroring each other, right? And swans mate for life. So this could be someone just like you who takes commitment, takes marriage very seriously. You're dating for the right reasons. You're not dating just you know to fill up your time. You are genuinely dating to get married, or you're dating to truly find the person that you can commit to. And you take commitment, and you take loyalty, and you take marriage very seriously. Yeah, so that is something that I'm picking up for you guys. You guys might be meeting on like a full moon night, although I do feel like you might be meeting during the day, but you still know that tonight there's going to be a full moon, if that makes sense. um Yeah. This person also somehow feels like you guys have a lot in common with each other. So, like you might meet and like you might say something and they'll be like, oh my God, I feel that way too. Or like you might say something, like they might say something and you'll be like, oh my God, me too. So, yeah, you're gonna find that you have a lot of similarities, that you are very similar in a lot of ways. And that's gonna make you feel very good. Yeah, that's something that I'm picking up. With ground yourself and sweet treat, I feel like something that you could be doing on a first date is, maybe going to one of those cooking or baking classes where you have to pick out the ingredients fresh from like the ground. So if you're baking something or if you are cooking a meal, you get to go and pick the fresh fruits and flowers and stuff like that that you're going to be using. You're going to really be like Nora smithing this date where you are making things from scratch. It could be one of those dates. um and it could be a date where you're doing things with your hands. You're cooking together, you are baking together, you're doing an activity where both of your hands are involved. And yeah, so you could be like going fruit or vegetable picking, or you might be um going to one of these classes where you pick a cocoa bean and they show you how chocolate is made right from the cocoa bean or something of that sort. So yeah, it's like an outdoorsy date that gets carried on indoors, and you get to work as a team a lot on this date. You get to use your hands, you get to collaborate, you get to do a lot of teamwork, you see how you can work together as a team. Yeah, it's about finding out where you can take the lead or where they can take the lead, or what you are good at, what they're good at, and how you combine those strengths and create something. That is something that I'm picking up on here. Some sort of like a teamwork, team building activity is what I'm picking up on. But one that's going to make you feel very grounded, very like calm. This is not like one of those hurdles or those adventure sport type of meetings. This is like a very chill, like you're not getting very dirty, you're not like doing any kind of hard work in the sense where you're just I don't know, like um covered with blood, sweat, and tears at the end of it. No, this is just something that, yeah, it makes you slow down. It makes you feel very grounded. It relaxes you, is what I'm seeing here. In all three of these pictures, the eyes are closed. So it almost feels like, you feel very relaxed, you feel very safe, you feel like you don't really have to um like constantly be on the lookout or constantly be looking for the red flags. It almost feels like you can look at this person or look at this date from your third eye, from your mind's eye, from your heart's eye. And you're focusing more on how this person is making you feel and how you're feeling in their company, how you're feeling doing activities with them, rather than looking at um what are they doing or what are they saying. Instead of like overthinking this situation, you're like really looking at them from a very like ascended sight. It's like you're not looking at them through a very superficial lens, is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, like you're not really talking about money or things like that on the first date. On the first date, you're just trying to figure out whether you like this person's energy, whether you like being with this person, do you feel safe being around this person, and like really listening to your gut, really listening to your intuition, really like looking at them through your mind's eye and through your heart's eye. How do they make you feel is what you're more focused on. Yeah, on this first date. And I feel like that's something that both of you are feeling. So I feel like maybe this is a date where you're not asking the serious questions, you're not talking about the practical things, you're just enjoying each other's company, and figuring out whether that's something that you can do, for the rest of your life. Is this like a companion that you want for the rest of your life? Is their companionship something that you will enjoy and want to experience for the rest of your life? I think that's what you're focusing more on, you know um on your first date. Let's get your tarot cards now. So we have the Chariot, we have the Knight of Wands, as well as the Five of Wands. Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Hard hitting things. Okay. Um, okay, so when I was picking out these three cards for you guys, my intention was to find out how you're going to be feeling before you go on a date with this person, while you're on a date with this person, and after you're on a date with this person. Okay, so before you go on a date with this person, I feel like with the Chariot, I was saying, I think you would have heard so many things about them that you're actually looking forward to meeting this person, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna give this person a chance. They seem like a solid person. Let me go on a date with them. Let me, enjoy their company. Let's just see where it goes. Okay, so you're not fantasizing about a future with them already, you're not thinking about a future with them already, but you are, feeling like, okay, let's take the first step. Let's go and see if this turns into something, then that's great, and if it doesn't, then it's okay, no problem. But let me give this person a chance. Let me give this person a fighting chance basically. Yeah, so that is how you're feeling before you go on this date, just feeling very secure in yourself. You're not desperate for this person to like you, and you're not too desperate to come across as likable to this person either. I think you're just going in with the intention that you're just gonna be you, and if they like you for who you are, then that's great, and if the date goes well, then that's amazing. Then you'll figure out the next step, and if it doesn't, then this is just a date that you went on. You are going to enjoy yourself, and then that's it. You're not going to think about it too much. You're not going to uh worry about the aftermath too much. Yeah, that is something that I'm picking up on this, from this Chariot card right here. I think you are going in from a very secure mindset where if they end up not liking you, it's not really going to shake your confidence. I don't think that's how you're feeling at all. You're not worried that this person is not going to like you, because you're going to be like, okay, if they don't like me, if they feel like we can't get along, then it's fine, it's okay, doesn't matter. You can't get along with everyone, you're not meant to be liked by everyone, and I think you're very secure with that. Okay, so I don't think their rejection or what they think about you or their approval makes too much of a difference to your self esteem or your confidence, is what I'm seeing before you go on a date with them. While you're on a date with them with this Knight of Wands energy, I do feel like you're having a really good time. You're feeling very energetic, you're feeling very young, you feel like you want to open up to them. You're up for adventure, uh, are up for making mistakes. You can let them see you with, like, I don't know, dirt on your hands, or like, you don't mind them seeing you with your serious look on your face when you're concentrating on the work in front of you, on the task in front of you. So yeah, this is going to be a date where you're going to find out a lot about each other. Okay, in the sense of what you're like, what your personality is like. Your personality is really going to be shining on this date for both of you. Okay, and I do feel like you're going to be finding out a lot of information about each other on this date. Like, personality wise, what you're like, and yeah, you're going to be learning like small things about each other, and you'll be very excited about it, is what I can see with the Knight of Wands. With the Five of Wands here, which is why I laughed, because when I first was setting up your cards, I was just like, oh my god. Okay. So, how I was saying that you might be set up by people who know you and know this person as well. So, this might be a situation where the minute you walk through the door, they're all like, oh my god, tell me what you thought of them. What happened? What did they say? Where did you go? What did you do? And you're like, wait a minute, let me take a breath, let me relax, let me sit down, let me enter the house, let me wash my hands, like just chill before the questions, come bombarding in. So like, wait. And you might start telling these people what your experience was like, and they might have like an opinion on it, right? So you're saying, oh, so we went here, and one person says, oh my god, how romantic, but the other person might say, what, that's not a very good first date. Or like, so it almost feels like they're just asking you for information, but then they are deciding whether it was a good date or not, instead of just like asking you. So it's not toxic in any way. I think this is just people who really want you guys to get together, and they really care about you, so they just want to know what's going on in your life. Like, this is coming from a place of concern, this is coming from a place of protection, this is coming from a place of love, to be very honest. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing here. So like, post the date, even before you can gather your own thoughts, I feel like there are people around you telling you what to do next, or they're asking you, oh, so did he ask you out on another date, are you going to go on another date? And you're like, wait, let me process the date, let me think about it, let me figure out how I felt, and then I'll decide, and like, then we'll see. So it almost feels like these people around you are much more excited about this than you are, or at least they're just very vocal about it. So yeah, that is what I'm picking up on here. It's like, when you come home and you get on a group chat with your girlfriends, and you're just like, oh, so this is what happened, this is what I wore, and this is what he wore, and this is what he said, and like, everybody is then giving in their inputs. It's that kind of energy, and I feel like the same thing is happening with them as well. So yeah, it's feeling like a bit of a movie where they can just like switch from what's going on in your house and what's going on in their house, and it feels like the same thing is happening, where both of you are very safe and secure in yourself, and you want to meet each other because you've heard good things about each other, and on the date you realize you're really having fun. And post that, you just have people around you who's just like, oh my god, tell us what happened, are you going to go on another date with this person, are you going to marry this person? And you're just like, can I breathe? Can you just let me chill for like 5 minutes so that I can figure out my own thoughts and like gather my own thoughts first? So yeah, that is the energy that I see happening here. But considering this is a first date with your future spouse, spoiler alert, you are going to end up together. So yeah, I feel like all of this chaos is going to be worth it, and the people around you will be very happy for you. Yeah, for sure, they'll be very happy for you. So yeah, that is the reading that I have for you guys. Group number 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments below. Claim this reading, claim this person, claim this commitment in the comments below if you'd like to. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.